Promised everybody, quick video tour of some new features that we rolled out last night. Finished them, I think, about 2 in the morning, our time. So we're excited about them. There's a lot more new stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks, features, improvements. But this was probably our most requested feature, and so we wanted to go ahead and roll it out and get it out to you. So most things are the same as far as if you want to take attendance, okay, because attendance is basically what we've upgraded and our reports. You go in, you choose your group, you take attendance, okay? You're going to notice a couple new things. One is the event. Now, you can call it whatever you need to call it, but you're going to set an event name, and I'll show you why that's important later on, and why it's going to be helpful to you, okay? So I'm going to pretend like it's tomorrow, Sunday. I'm going to set my event name. Now, this may be the same every single time. It may change from week to week for this group. Maybe they do multiple things, or if you're like us, it's going to be the same thing as the group. But you're going to set that event name. And then you get all the other features where you can add a new student to your ministry and put them in the group. You can add existing students and pull them up, pop up, and whoever's not left in the group, who's not in the group already, will be there. So, for example, if I click add existing student, you can see this is blank. That's because all my kids are already in this group. But if they weren't, you would just see the ones that were missing. Okay, now you come through here just like a check-in kiosk, and if you wanted to do it, you could do it one at a time. You could do multiple ones. I'm going to pretend like it's one at a time. I'm using this like a check-in kiosk. So I check this kid in, okay? Now, they would go in, okay? So I'm going to go down, I check them, I'm going to hit submit, all right? And they're in. But you're going to notice they're no longer there. So one upgrade we did is now when you submit a kid, they go away from the list. So if you're using this as a kiosk or whatever, or you're just worried about some mistakes, it takes away some of that. But let me show you the second thing we've added. When another kid comes in, or a leader, you can check them into multiple groups. So for example, at our small groups, right, we have the main big one, and then they, name basically, United, but then they also, have their grade level small groups, so 11th grade guys. You can check them into 2 groups at once. And here's why that's nice, is that when you check into 2 groups at once, you get your data for the whole, big event. You can also go look at broken down data for each, group. The other thing is that your leaders can pull up that data for their group, know who's already there, know who's not, see pictures, and I'll show you that in just a second. So I'm going to submit this kid to 2 groups at once, and bang, they're there. Okay, so that's the new attendance features. One, kids go off the list once you submit them. The add existing students only pulls up the kids that aren't in this group, and then also you can submit to 2, 3, 4, 5, how many groups you want to at once. Okay, and you can begin to think of the possibilities. Now the next feature you're going to notice is new. We've got a new link over here, events. All right, and so when you're in events, okay, you can come in here. And so this is my event that I did the other day. So I'm going to come in here. I can see the event name, the date it happened, and the group that was there, or the group data that's for this event. And so you can kind of know exactly what you're looking at. Now you could delete events. Let's say you created one accidentally. You can delete it. But I'm going to go edit and view. And watch what happens. I get immediate, quick views of my event. How many kids how many people walk through the door? The leader to student ratio, okay? Obviously I didn't have any leaders there. Maybe I want to think about that. Gender breakdown, how many girls, how many guys? Status breakdown, visitors, members, active disciples, grade levels that were there and participated, and how many. But the other thing is you've got a student attendance rate. So yay, I got 4 kids through the door. That's awesome. But what this tells me is there are 19 kids in this group. So that means there's 15 kids that I didn't reach at this event. And so maybe I want to think about how I can do things differently. And so that's there. You can also... So you get your quick data reporting, but then also you can change the event name, you can change the event date, okay? So if you made a mistake and you need to edit and update something, you can do that. You can go back in and submit kids who weren't there. But also, let's say Jonathan wasn't really there, I accidentally clicked him, you can unsubmit, update, the charts immediately update, Jonathan's no longer present, he's now an absent, and you've got everything there. So you can now edit, update your attendance. The other thing you can do straight off your events is that you can generate a contact sheet. And so real quickly right here, you get a printable contact sheet where you can see leaders, students, who was there, who wasn't, if you want to print this for yourself or for your leaders. But let me show you something else. Like most of our features, they're available in the web and the app version. But watch what happens in the app. So I can pull up on the app immediately my info, right? Okay, got the same stuff, same edit capabilities. But when you generate contact sheet, here's what happens. Instead of having the phone number there, you get a phone call button, a text button, and an email button. So you or your leaders can pull up stuff real quick after an event's over, the next day, whatever it is, and then you can sit there and send the messages that you want to send and do your follow-up and your contacts. Now, we obviously still have the automated follow-up system, but just wanted you to know this option's there as well, where if you want to do it individually, more personalized, you can do that, and you can sit there and update and contact your kids and do your follow-up immediately. I want to show you something else. You may have noticed we've also got this dynamic back button. It'll take you back to the last page just to help with navigation. So you'll see that pop up everywhere as well. So when you submit kids, they go off the list. You can submit to multiple groups. On your events, you get an immediate, quick report, of some data, the information, and you can print it if you so choose. So that's all there. That's all available. All right. You can update names, dates, who's there, and you can create contact sheets for your specific events one at a time. You can still do the attendance report in the same way, and now what will happen is when you print that report, it'll put the event name with it. But I want to show you a couple more upgrades we've done to reports. All right, on the data visualization report, you may have seen this one. There's some graphs and charts. Same thing, except for we've updated some of the info. So the total amount of students that walked through your doors in the past 30 days. Now, just so you know, if you're submitting to multiple groups at once, it tracks who's at that event. And so it cleans it up. So basically, you don't have to worry about if you submitted them to, like I did, United and 11th grade guys. It's not going to count that kid twice. So you're getting good data. But also, I can see again here, in the past 30 days, 15 kids walked through my door. Based on the groups and the events that I held, I could have had 58 kids. And so I can think about those sorts of things. Grade level in my minute. This is overall ministry stuff, just to kind of see how you're doing and those kinds of things. Ministry growth, year ago, 6 months, last month, and today. And then also my last 4 events. I can see the event name, if I had one, and the date. And so also the number of students that were there, just to see how things are going and just keep some quick tracking. Now, this prints, you can print this report, okay? But here's the other thing you're going to notice. It also does it for your groups as well, okay? And so I can see quick group info also, total students for the past 30 days. Not just to keep track of my groups, but maybe to give some info to my leaders as well and let them know. Now you can see, obviously, maybe I'm new to the program, haven't taken attendance a lot yet. So as you get more into the program, continuing to use it, it's going to continue to improve and create more data and info on these charts. Now I do need to tell you something. I know a lot of you have all leader groups. We are working soon, probably next week, I'll tweak it a little bit to where it will, if you've got just leader groups, to where they'll show up as well. But currently right now, if your group only has no students in it, it doesn't pull up on the data report yet, just because we're trying to think through what sort of information you might want about leaders. And if there's no students, it throws some charts and layout stuff off. So right now, if you have leader-only groups, they're not going to show up on these reports, but you can go check out the events page, and you'll still see some of that information on that one, because that's run a little differently. Okay, and again, you can pull up this data and info on the app as well. The other thing is, though, you're going to see custom data visualization. So you remember that data report, you get all those graphs and charts? You can pick a date range, a start and end time, get all those reports about your ministry and about your groups, and it's basically like a snapshot. So let's say, we just finished January of 2017. Whew, almost forgot. And so you want to go back and see how you did in January of 2016. Okay, now I'm not going to run this report because I don't have any data for that month. 31 days in January, right? 01-31. You could pull up a snapshot to see how you did in there, print it off, and do the same thing for 2017 and compare and see how your groups are doing, your ministry's grown, all that kind of stuff. And so it's all there. So just kind of wanted to let you know that that's available as well. The ministry growth chart is going to be based off your end date, so it'll still show that year's growth. So that's all there. So again, just trying to do some updates. You can now edit attendance. You can now create events. You can get quick data on those events, contact sheets. You can run reports and get snapshots about your ministry. We're really excited about this. We hope you are as well. There's lots of other things, like I said, coming out. Probably do another webinar soon, and I'll keep it shorter than I did the last time. If you've got questions, let us know. If you come across something, let us know. We comb through this very carefully. We think we've cleaned out the bugs, not just in this, but the other parts of the program. But if you see something, please let us know. If you've got other ideas, feature requests, anything you need. We just thank y'all so much, and we look forward to continuing to partner with you.